guys, welcome back to another short flow that you can follow along and do with me at home. So all you need is your mat and some comfortable clothing that you can move in, and then we're going to start laying down on our backs with our feet grounded down into the floor. So take a moment to get yourself settled there and just take a few moments to draw shoulders down away from the ears and take a couple of deep breaths. Hands just resting down by your side with the palms facing up, just opening through the chest. Inhaling through the nose and just sigh out through the mouth. And one more deep breath in, exhaling out through the mouth. So just allowing your breath to flow freely. Not trying to change anything with any thoughts or feelings that come up in the mind, but just having this sensation of just being present on your mat for the next few minutes of the practice while you ease into some flows to just help mobilise your body and just be present. So the short flow that I'm going to talk you through now is really just about working through the transitions of poses, so you can feel more confident to ease in and out of a sun salutation or stepping through poses when we're working into slightly faster flows. So just take your time and just use your breath to synchronise with every movement. And then on your next breath in, you're going to draw your knees in towards your chest and just have a little rock from side to side, and they maybe just spiral onto the sacrum, which is your flat part of your back, right at the bottom, just where your coccyx is, and then just roll the other way. So just massaging, easing in to the body, coming back to stillness. And taking your head up to meet your knees, coming into our coil pose, tucking navel in towards the back of the spine. Exhale, breath out, take your feet all the way back down onto your mat. And then inhale up into a very gentle bridge, squeezing equally both buttocks. And exhale to lower. Inhale, coil pose, head to knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, release. One more, inhale, coil pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting high. This time I'm going to take the arms up and overhead. And then draw your shoulders again down away from your ears. And just lengthen and open the front of the body. Keep your chin tucked under slightly, just create that length through the back of the neck, and take a couple of deep breaths here. Keep lifting high, squeezing equally through both buttocks, through glutes, and exhale, lower all the way down. Good, taking hold of your left wrist, and then start to pull with your right hand, lengthening out of the sides of the body. Take a couple of breaths here and start to work the body over to the right corner. And take a breath, and then you're going to twist your legs over to your left. So arms drawing up to the right corner of your mat and knees dropping over to the left side. Just holding here for as long as you need. See if you can use that breath to sink your right knee a little bit further down in towards the mat. And then inhale back to centre. Release your hands, swap over. So left wrist grabs hold of the right hand, and then dropping knees over to the right side, drawing the hands over to the left. . ' making this an active stretch with the arms, so really lengthening through the sides of the body. And allowing the knees to just drop over to the right side. Inhale, come all the way up. Release your hands all the way down. Take the hands on top of the knees and just come into our knee circles, circling one way and circling the other way. Good, and then take your arms into your cactus shape. So you're opening through your chest and then cross over your ankles. Take the legs over to the left side and the gaze over to your right. Inhale, centre. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right, head looks over to the left. And just work through a couple of these twists in your own time, easing into the breath. Good, back to centre. So you're either going to stay rolling left to right, just massaging through the lower back, or you can roll the full length of the spine to roll all the way up into your tabletop pose. So taking your hands underneath your shoulders and knees are under your hips. Inhaling, lifting the gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Working through our cat-cow poses. Mobilising through the spine and neck. Good, coming back to neutral and then allow your toes to touch, your knees to drop out wide. Lengthen the hands forward and drop the forehead down. Make sure that the arms are active, the fingertips are touching the floor but the palms of the hands are off. And then you're drawing with the crown of the head to the top of the mat and drawing bottom down towards the heels. Deep breaths into the rib cage. Inhale, come all the way back up into your downward dog position. Take your time, pad through the feet, ease into the backs of the legs. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, draw the heels down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, draw down. Good, one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, all the way down. Good, drop back to kneeling, lift the gaze up into your cow pose. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Good, two more of those. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward dog. One more, inhale, drop down. See if you can open the chest a little bit more. Exhale, downward dog. And then just start to walk your feet towards your hands or hands towards your feet into your forward fold. And just allow your head to completely release down. Maybe take your hands behind the base of your skull and just apply a little bit of pressure to your neck. Just weighting the head down, softening through the knees if you need to, just to ease off through the back. And then just start to sway from side to side, and you can do this by holding hold of each elbow, crossing the arms, or maybe just allowing the fingertips to gently touch the floor. Good, coming back to stillness and then inhaling, taking the hands onto the thighs or the shins, lifting up into your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, taking the arms forward, palms to touch, and then we're just coming into a very gentle lift through the chin, looking up towards the hands. Keep the gaze on the hands, draw the hands all the way down in front of you, down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up, palms to touch, look towards the thumbs, and exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Take the arms all the way up, look towards your thumbs, and exhale, folding all the way down. Good. This time you're going to take your left leg all the way back, drop your back knee down, and then just check the alignment over your knee so that the right knee isn't coming over the toes, that you've got a good alignment so the knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Good, and you might want some padding underneath your knees if this is a little bit uncomfortable. Take your arms up on the inhale and then open through that left hip. You're going to take hold of your left wrist with your right hand and create that little bit of length, the same as we did on the floor, with a lean over to the right side. Again, you can just stay in stillness, or if this is too much, just take hold of something to hold on to, maybe the side of the wall or a chair, and just raise the left arm up. Exhale, you're going to fold all the way forward, tuck your back toes and step all the way back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, take the hands all the way forward, palms to touch, and slowly rolling all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back on the right leg this time. Take your time, ease into this low lunge. Maybe grab something to hold on to, or if you're quite happy here, take the arms all the way up. This time take your left hand onto your right wrist and then start to lean over to your left side, really opening out through the right front of the hip. Take a couple of breaths. Just keep the breath steady whenever you're working into quite challenging poses, just to keep your focus, keep you anchored. Exhale all the way back down. Frame the foot and then tuck the back toes under. Step through into your forward fold. This time you're going to bend the knees, step back into downward dog, and then just sway the hips from side to side. Take the hands all the way back to meet the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you're going to walk the hands all the way back out into plank or into half plank. So if you're in the half plank version, what I want you to do is shift the weight forward over to your wrists and then really draw up through the belly and squeeze your glutes. So try not to hang here into your lower back. Again, keep everything nice and strong. So this might be enough for you today. So you want to start to drop down to your forearms and then lower all the way down to your belly. We're going to lower all the way back down onto our front and just take a moment to just ease here. Rock the hips from side to side. Take the hands either side of the shoulders and we're going to gently lift up into cobra. Exhale to fold all the way back down, tuck the toes, push back into tabletop and then downward dog. Good, walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale, halfway lift and exhale, fold. Walk all the way back into your plank or half plank. So another option, you either drop down to your forearms. We're going to start to build up some strength in the arms, keeping your elbows locked in towards the side of your waist. Shift the weight forward and drop your chin and your chest onto the floor, so your bottom sticks up. Slide the legs back and then inhale, cobra. Exhale, fold. Tuck the toes, push back into downward dog. Take 3 steady breaths here. You're going to inhale, step your right foot in between your hands, or you might need to actually move the leg and step all the way there. Take a breath. Come up into your low lunge. Hands either going to rest onto your hip, into your prayer pose, or arms all the way up. Steady the breath here. Exhale, elbows drawing all the way down, and then come all the way back. Step back, downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, step or place your left foot in between your hands. Come back up into that high lunge. Take your time, hands, hips, prayer pose, or all the way up. Breath in. Exhale, squeeze elbows, draw shoulder blades together. Exhale, frame the foot, step back into downward dog, or at any point throughout the practice you can come back into your child's pose, where you rest the hands down beside you and completely switch off the shoulders. So either staying here in child's pose or just holding in downward dog. If you're in child's pose, sweep the hands forward, come all the way up into downward dog. This time you're going to take your right foot, step it outside to the edge of your mat, or actually even off your mat. So depending on how open the hips are feeling, and keep your left knee down if that's too strong, or you can fully extend all the way back. So if you're still quite new to practice, drop your left knee down. Left hand is onto the floor and the right arm lifts all the way up. So opening through the chest and through the hip. And then exhale, draw your right elbow, squeeze it into your waist, and then inhale, left side. So you're almost pointing towards the left corner of your mat. Inhale, draw elbow to your right buttock. Exhale, over to the left corner. Good. Inhale, draw in. And exhale, left side. Good. Hands come all the way back down, tuck your back toes, step back into downward dog. 3 steady breaths here. Allow your head to be completely heavy. Breathing deeply, equal inhale to exhale. You're either going to transition through tabletop by stepping your left foot outside the edge of your mat or slightly off of your mat. Either drop your back knee down, or you can extend the leg all the way back, which is slightly stronger. I'm going to show you with my knee down. And then the left arm comes all the way up this time, open through the chest, and on the exhale, draw your elbow towards your left buttock. Good, and then reaching over to the right corner of the mat. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, lengthen over to the right. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, all the way up. Good, bring the hand all the way back down and step back again into downward dog. Just ease into the hips, swaying from side to side. Good, dropping down to kneeling, lift the gaze up into our cat pose and exhale back into swan. You'll walk the hands all the way up to the knees and then just rolling over onto your bottom. Take the legs all the way out in front of you and just check that you're sitting onto your sit bones, so you're not sinking back into your lumbar, so your lower back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, we're going to sweep the hands forward. Lengthen through the fingertips. Right hand onto left wrist. And then we're just leaning over to that right side. What naturally wants to happen is the left sit bone lifts up. Keep drawing it down, engage through the belly, drawing in the core. And exhale all the way back up. Folding forward. So you're just bringing the hands all the way down. So going to wherever you can reach, extending all the way out of your hips, and and then folding forward. So don't worry about how far you can go, just think about lengthening, drawing the crown of the head towards the feet. Maybe grabbing hold of the feet, take another breath in, and exhale, fold. Slowly bring the hands all the way up. Inhale back to your centre. This time you're going to take your left hand over to your right wrist and then almost pulling that right wrist, lengthening through the right side of the body. Keep the feet flexing back towards you, drawing your right sit bone down. And exhale, back to centre. This time you're going to take your fingertips towards your bottom and bend your knees. And then just allow the knees to window wiper, left to right. Good, coming back to stillness. And then taking your left leg, fully extend, right leg goes over the left, and then really hug that knee in close towards your waist. Right hand comes behind you, and you really want to lengthen through the crown of head, and then on the exhale start to twist. Draw that knee in close towards the belly, and then keep your left foot flexed. Get a nice twist through the spine. Good, exhale all the way back around, releasing over to your other side. So right leg extends this time, left over right. Hug that leg in close towards you and take your left hand down, lengthening all the way through the spine, through the crown of the head, and then on the exhale start to twist. Exhale, de-rotate the body, place the feet all the way back down onto the mat, and then slowly lower all the way down to the floor, drawing the knees in towards the chest, and again just starting to roll onto that sacrum, rolling onto your lower back from left to right. Taking the hands into your cactus shape, crossing over the ankles, and come back into your twists, so taking the knees over to the right, and then over to the left, but this time keeping your head central, keeping the shoulder blades drawing down. Good, and come all the way back to centre. Release your hands all the way back down. We're going to lift back up into our bridge pose, so lift the hips high, squeezing equally through the bottom. And on the breath in, you're going to take a little opening with the legs, so you're just going to draw the legs out, and then on the exhale, you're going to squeeze them all the way back in. So you can engage through your inner thighs. Inhale, draw out. Exhale, squeeze in. Good, 2 more. Inhale, squeeze out. Exhale. Good, and carefully roll all the way back down, and just have a little gentle rock from side to side. Just ease off, maybe window wipe the legs. Inhale, come into coil pose, head comes up to meet the knees, tuck the chin under. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Extend through the feet, through the legs. One big stretch, and exhale, release all the way back down. Keep the legs where they are, the arms down by your side, and just take a few moments to settle into the breath here, noticing the changes in the body from that short practice. So just mobilising into the sides of the body, into the hips, into the backs of the legs, working with some strength into legs, into the glutes. And now just releasing and letting everything go. And closing the eyes if you haven't already. And just allowing every cell, every limb in the body to soften and release with the exhalation. Noticing the lightness of your breath in and the heaviness of your breath out. And just enjoying these last few moments of stillness in the body. Where you have a complete sense of ease and comfort. No effort, nowhere to be, nothing to do but to just be here. Notice if there's any spaces in the body that you're still holding some tension, and just breathe into those spaces. So just take your time to stay here for as long as you need, and just settle, relax, and be calm and content. And then when you're ready, taking a breath in, drawing your knees in towards your chest. And then on your exhale, just rolling over to your favourite side. And just stay here for a few moments. And then just slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position, where you're grounded down through both sit bones, either cross-legged or kneeling. And then take a breath in, take your arms up and overhead, palms to touch, and down through your heart centre. And thank you for practicing today. Namaste.